Reverend William W. Freeman was a latter-rain evangelist from Missouri that rose to almost overnight fame through his advertisements in William Branham's Voice of Healing publication. When Branham was forced to leave the revival trails due to mental health issues in June of 1948, Freeman was the obvious replacement. Their ministries were almost snapshot replicas of each other. Both men claimed to have been commissioned by an angel and claimed a prophetic ministry and claimed to be God's choice to warn others of the end of the age. Though Freeman was not as popular as Branham initially, he would eventually outpace Branham in the revivals. Freeman held revivals with as many as 30,000 in attendance. In July of 1950, Freeman surpassed William Branham's fantastic claims when he baptized 200 men, women, and children in Lake Michigan, as 5,000 people watched the ceremony. Branham had claimed that he baptized 500 in the Ohio River in 1933, as 10,000 people watched, though according to the newspaper accounts, only 14 were converted in Branham's revival. Freeman estimated that he had converted 12,000 people to the latter-rain movement in Chicago during those July revivals. In 1953, Freeman found himself at the center of assault and battery charges when one Richard Schnell and Robert Howard were assaulted by 6 men during a revival in Chicago. Schnell apparently heckled Freeman during the meeting, angering Freeman. According to Schnell, Freeman and Reverend Orville Ross of Chicago forced him into a small room and beat him. This testimony was confirmed by Howard, who suffered fractured ribs. And interestingly, this was not the only fistfight to break out in the latter-rain revivals. Several people were beaten during a debate with William Branham, F.F. Bosworth, and Reverend W.E. Best in Houston just 3 years prior. In 1956, William Branham began prophesying that 1956 is a turning time, and the healing movement would be over in 1957. This prediction apparently had a severe impact on Freeman's ministry. In 1956, Freeman canceled his overseas revivals, ended his magazine, closed down his ministry, and became a pastor of a church in Chicago. You can learn this and more on william-branham.org.